Hello, I'm Paris. And yes, we do seem to be connected here. So this is a Sunday morning live Q&A for people who have some questions about some recent topics in YouTube news. Hi there. Hi, Katrina. You may have heard about the Adpocalypse, which is since a number of advertisers decided to pull their ads out of YouTube, YouTube's tried to appease them by making some changes. Hey there, Mixmatcher. To how ads can be placed on videos. So a number of channels saw their income really nosedive in April. And some people are working on that to try to resolve that issue. So if you have questions about that, I can let you know what I know about it. Hi there, Danny. And Erica and Betty. Doing pretty well. Thanks, Betty. I'm actually getting ready to go. Thanks, Rob. I'm getting ready to go on a little road trip here in this coming week. So I can tell you a little bit about that too. And some of the products that I will be reviewing on the way that seem particularly well suited to travel. So feel free if you have any questions on the topics hi Kristen and family, to go ahead and ask. And hidden somewhere behind here is the computer. It is up and running. Windows 10 is installed. Hi there, John. I've had issues with it because when I first started it up, the memory worked at the highest rated speed for it, which people have been saying, oh, you'll never get the memory to work at speed. Everyone's good. We are all pretty good, thanks. The system would run, but then it would lock up and restart, and I was having typical issues when you're trying to overclock your computer. But what I found is I couldn't overclock it at all, and in fact, I finally realized even at stock speed, after about 45 minutes of running a stress test on the computer, hello there, Impossible. I don't recognize you from that name. Thanks, Robert. After about 45 minutes, it would just crash and restart. So it was taking so long to overclock it because it's not it's not overheating unless I put it up to 4 gigahertz. That I should have gotten a more powerful water cooling system instead of something. You're going to playlist live. No, I've heard of that, but no, that's not where I'm going. It's somewhere else. I have a single radiator for my cooling system for the CPU in my new computer build, and I should have got one of those big 3-fan, 3-radiator deals. That would have helped with the temperature, but it turns out that wasn't my issue with overclocking. It's been the memory. It just will not run for long enough to do what I need. It won't be stable at the memory settings that are optimal. So I had to slow the memory down to be able to work it. To see the computer, I don't have it turned on at the moment, so there's not too much to see. Well, I have liquid cooling, I have water cooling, and I have it's underneath the keyboard here. I don't think it uses regular water. I'm not sure if it uses mineral oil or something like that. I would think water would tend to corrode the parts in the pump, but it's actual liquid that gets pumped very close to the surface. It goes through a heat sink that's attached to the CPU. So your heat's coming out of the top of the CPU. You put some thermal grease on that so you get good heat transfer. You put the piece from the water cooling right on that, it's a big copper unit. So it easily pulls the heat off of the CPU, and then the water goes through little channels in that through a rubber tube. So you do have this liquid going inside your computer, which you would think you wouldn't want. And it goes up to a radiator, just like in your car, goes through the radiator with fans blowing through it, and the heat comes out the back. Keep going, not worry about, sorry, I missed your comment there. I want to see that. Keep going, not worry about people saying your channel is dying, etc. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate, yes, and the gaming reviews. If I weren't so embarrassed at my gaming performance, I might do more of those. And I guess I don't have the book handy that I've been reading in anticipation of this event that I'm going to. And they talk in there about finding your people, basically finding the people who are supportive of what you do, and don't let one person who's being negative about it change what you're doing or make you doubt yourself. And it was actually really good advice. I just read that last night in my book. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Rob. There was a dynamic with Roxanna and Jimena because you have just when you have more than one person in a video, I think you have a dynamic that can make it more interesting. I always thought my brother and I would have had the best channel, except he's up in Washington State, so about 2,000 miles from here. But if we did the videos together, because we're very different, if you've seen my brother's channel, he has Indoor Smokers about vaping and related topics. And people have a hard time believing that we're brothers. So it's it's a different kind of dynamic. I don't know. I don't watch too much YouTube to know who other people are that work in pairs, but that have very different personalities. But they don't fight. They just sort of, it's funny to watch them because they have a different perspective on things. So also, as I mentioned, bring your own yerba mate. They have a new model. Maybe you can see the can is thinner, hoping it will result in me being thinner. It's carbonated. So it's sort of a yerba mate. This is, if you didn't see my other videos on it, this is they drink it in other places in the world, but my experience with it is that it's a South American herbal tea drink that has a variation of caffeine called matine, because it's mate, so it's matine. And this, it's sort of like an energy drink, but my heart doesn't get all jittery like it does from caffeine. So I don't drink coffee, but this I can have. And anyway, I'm really liking this. Okay. I don't know. There's only one place I found it in Austin. It's at our Sprouts, which is like a healthier grocery store. It's not quite a Whole Foods, but it aspires to be like a Whole Foods, I feel. So the prices are also closer to Whole Foods. So a can like this is over $2, but it gives you as much caffeine as, well, not caffeine, matine, as in a cup of coffee. Oh, to do a test, a mate versus sweet tea test. This has less sugar in it. And again, I can only have a limited amount of tea before it bothers me because of the caffeine. Thank you. It's yeah, it's a hard time to start a YouTube channel right now because they've made it more difficult to get monetized. One of the recent changes on YouTube was if you start a channel now, I don't know if this is in effect as of today or June 1st when they set it for, but before you can monetize your videos, you need to have 10,000 total views, not subscribers, but you need to have had fair number of people come and look at your videos. So it's not like you can just have your relatives and a few friends like your videos and you're set to go. You have to have 10,000. And then at that point, YouTube will do an actual, I assume, an actual live person look at your channel, and they'll see the kind of videos you're putting up. Do they meet the community guidelines and so forth? And if you pass that inspection, then you can have your videos monetized, which is sort of how it was right before I started doing YouTube. They were very tough. You had to be invited to be a YouTube partner. And then they sort of opened it up to everyone. Oh, I see I have a poor connection here. V8 Energy, I didn't know that one. I don't know, maybe they put something different in the V8 Energy as well. So if you have any questions about the current YouTube crisis, the Adpocalypse, where some channels have seen their income drop 70–80%, especially in April, feel free to ask questions. We haven't seen that here on this channel. I think we don't do the controversial stuff, so I think, and we also have quite a few videos, like 860 something videos on this channel, so there's quite a track record. If advertisers want to look, they can see 5 years worth of videos, and they're not going to imagine we're suddenly going to do something a lot different. So if they're comfortable with it, then I would guess they don't have trouble running ads on these. Hold on, let me see here. So if you have questions about that, I can just tell you anecdotally what I've seen and emails I've received from other YouTubers on that issue. Oh, I didn't know you needed 100 subscribers to get your custom URL. Copyright music? I don't use music. The only music I put in the videos is the music that I've had specifically made for the channel. Just like with Rainy Day Dreamers, we had the same person on Fiverr do that. So they're just the short little blips at the start of the channel and the end of the channel, and I don't put the music throughout. Roxanna has okay, good advice, sir. Thank you. I'm not planning on leaving YouTube, but I'm actually going on a trip this next week. I'm doing it as a road trip, but a bunch of YouTubers are meeting up to discuss how to weather the storm and maybe come up with a more permanent way of being able to ensure you can continue doing YouTube other than relying just on ads. Hi there, good morning. So I'm sorry I lost my train of thought of what I was going to answer just before there. Oh yeah, the music. So we had a person on Fiverr I wrote the lyrics, and this woman sang it and played the guitar and then sent us those files. So the only music we use is that. Roxanna, oh yeah, Roxanna has told me that music is good in the background of the video. Yes, I'm planning to do some live streams. I was going to mention that involving these videos this next week. Roxanna said that when videos get boring, it's nice to have the music in the background because it sort of distracts you. Bye, Cyril. I appreciate when we get letters. Thank you for that. We did weekly mail haul videos on Rainy Day Dreamers. It was always nice to hear from everyone because we don't get a chance to do this so often. But anyway, I think I don't leave too many dead spots in the videos. So usually I'm talking. I'm in the background or the foreground of the video, so hopefully there aren't too many dead spots where there needs to be music put in. There's a bunch of free music you can use that YouTube provides. You can also get music from your network, but I've always been, if you're in a network, you may know EpicReviewGuys. I'll talk about the Patreon in a minute here. EpicReviewGuys is with a network called Studio 71 that got hacked a few weeks back. The network itself got hacked, which then allowed the hackers to get into all 1,000+ channels that were part of the network, because our network has permission to come in and do stuff, putting different ads and so forth on our videos. So they came in, they erased all the titles, and they erased the description and put in their Our Mine advertisement. And you haven't heard much about that since. What did the Rainy Day Dreamers... Oh, who did it? The same person on Fiverr. She goes by Freesibs, Freeesibs. She left. I think she went to college for a few years, and now she's back doing Fiverr again. So if you go to fiverr.com, Fiverr.com, then you search for Freesibs, you'll find her. She's really good. If you own a music CD, you cannot put that on your channel because the actual owner of the license of it is still the artist that performed it, or the band, or their music company. So you can have a copy of it and you can listen to it all you like, but you can't do public performances. So technically you're not supposed to play your CD or a DVD of movies where other people have to pay to listen to it. Neither can you use it like putting it in a video, and you make money on that video based on that person's music, but they're not making any money on it. Thank you. I'm glad I can make them entertaining. Okay, so this started in Europe, I think, and here's my take on it. I was actually talking about this with Roxanna today because she blames the Wall Street Journal for all of this. Not that she reads it, but she's heard PewDiePie go on about the Wall Street Journal is destroying YouTube. Excuse me a second. Need more energy. The Wall Street Journal apparently did a story, morning Andy, about ads that were being run on YouTube next to videos that the companies themselves may have not been aware that's where the ads were running, more controversial things, some really bad stuff and some stuff that's just more controversial, and so, or it may not have matched the company's image, things like that. And so my thinking is that the CEOs of the companies hired millennial or younger age marketing gurus to go out and spend their advertising money for their brand, for Nike, for Adidas, for whomever. And they said, well, YouTube's a great place. That's where we've got all the young people watching. Let's run our ads there. So, okay, we'll take our $1 million and run our ads on YouTube videos. And they're cool with it because in general, younger people tend to be more okay with controversial topics, I think. So I think everything was fine for years, But then someone, Wall Street Journal, oh, I've got poor connection here. I'm going to pause in case it's cutting out. Hi, Amanda. The Wall Street Journal someone there noticed, hey, should an Adidas ad really be running, an Adidas commercial on or next to this this particular type of video? And they wrote a story about it. Well, who reads the Wall Street Journal? The CEOs of the companies, who probably had no idea what their younger marketing whizzes were doing with the advertising money. And once they read the story, they, oh my gosh, and they went and they looked and they saw their ads, their company brand being next to things they didn't want it next to. And they, whoa, all right, we're pulling all that money. So it started in Europe, but it came to the US, and I think they pulled, all total, big companies, AT&T, Ford, other companies have pulled out about $750 million worth of advertising off of YouTube. Thank you, Berto. That's nice to hear. I'm in poor connection mode again here. Just pausing. Okay. So there's $750 million less to be shared amongst the YouTubers who do videos. One bad thing, yes. And we've seen that here. Normally by this time of year, advertising money starts going back up. Right after Christmas, it's in the tank because companies spend all their money leading up to Christmas, and they got nothing left after that. So come January, February, March, advertising revenue is always low every year. Valentine's is like a little blip because they do spend some money for that. But when you get into spring, then the advertising money comes back up because you've got spring products. People are coming out of their snow-encrusted homes and seeing the world again for the first time. So people are ready to spend money. Companies want to be there to advertise you. This year it hasn't happened. This year, since January, it's just been a flat line all the way through. There is no more money being spent. So part of that is all the money that was taken out by companies who were upset that their ads were appearing where they didn't want them to. So some of the changes YouTube made include letting the advertisers have more control over where their ads appear. So I don't know how it works. I don't know if you can pick categories. I don't know if channels get put into categories. Is this a gambling channel? This is a provocative channel. This is a family channel. I don't know how YouTube does that. But apparently now the advertisers themselves can click some boxes and say, my videos are not going to appear on this, my ads are not going to appear on this type of channel, these types of videos. Well, now that the advertisers have that control, some people who have had their videos earning them a good living for years are finding not only are their new videos not being monetized, or even if they're monetized, there aren't any ads showing up, but all their old videos, maybe hundreds of old videos, have now either they're no longer monetized or no one's running ads on them. So it's not like it's from here on out you're not going to get many ads. People who have up 1,000 videos who have been earning a full-time income from this, they are now making 10% of that. So it's pretty much wiping them out as YouTubers if it continues, because they have invested their time in creating their brand and everything they do for YouTube, and that's how they make their living, and now they can't make a living doing it. So what are they going to do? Is there another way to bring in income based on all the subscribers they have? Because they still have people who want to watch them. They just don't have advertisers that want to run ads on their channel. So that's the crux of it as far as I know. And I know, if you know Hank Green, one of the faces of YouTube, I would say. He's always at VidCon and involved in lots of things and promoting it and trying to improve it. He's actually sent out an email to YouTubers asking us, people who have joined the Internet Creators Guild, which EpicReviewGuys is part of, to send in information about your channel, well, our channel, everyone's channel, about how subscribers are doing and views and the income this year compared to last year, and to send in Excel spreadsheets, which went beyond what I could do easily. So I haven't done that part, excuse me. So big people are working on this, and I think they don't know how to fix it. Okay, question, do you as channel owner have any control over what the play time of your ads are? I think if you would prefer a 15-second ad or a 3-minute ad. Okay, I'll tell you about this. Now, yes, I can choose I don't know if you've noticed on the Epic Review Guys Rainy Day Dreamers videos, we never have the overlay, that rectangular ad that appears in the video, because I don't like the aesthetic of it. I don't like that that's there interfering with the video. Sometimes I might be holding something up or doing something. I don't want it blocking the video. Now, if you have to watch a commercial before the video starts, I'm sorry, but that I prefer that to having that rectangular ad that you have to then go and click on. And I think everybody clicks on it. I think it's when you miss the little square that they make very tiny and you click on it and then it opens, and then the person who made the video gets credit for sending the customer to the website or whatever it is. But I think most people just try to find that little X and close it. Now, about the long commercials and the short commercials. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Betty, for looking out for me. Betty told me I need to take a drink of water. So the I have control in my monetization box for those rectangular ones that I don't do. Pre-roll, you can also put mid-roll in the middle of your video. If it's at least 7 or 10 minutes long, you can stick an ad there. If people want to see the rest of the video, they got to watch the ad. You can also have them at the end. So I've heard those really put people off. So we haven't done that. We just have the ad at the beginning. And I let YouTube, I can say skippable, non-skippable short, and non-skippable long. And there's a debate over those long non-skippables because you lose a lot of viewers. I'm not going to sit through 2 minutes of ad to watch this video. But supposedly YouTube knows who's willing to do that. So they will tend to, if they think it's not going to drive you away from the video, they'll give you one of those. If they think you're going to click off, then they won't. So there's other forces at work, I think. Okay. Have you had any issues with ads? Is it more of an issue with the way YouTube algorithm is recommending videos? Well, I don't know how much of that's my own fault, because I just only put up a video every week or two for the better part of a year on this channel. I sort of let it slide because it was still doing well and it was still growing. It didn't seem to need all that attention. So that's when I was doing Rainy Day Dreamers with the kids. But, excuse me, apparently over time the neglect added up. And so I'm trying to catch up with that now. Yes, I could take off the various types of ads and change that out. But pretty much YouTube says, we know the best thing. If you just let us do it, we'll decide what goes where. So other than the rectangular ads, I leave that up to them. Thank you, Andy. And yes, the Pebble Watch. I still like them. Won't be any more of them, sadly. Let me just briefly tell you about what I'm planning to do the next week. So I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be away for a few days for this event with the other YouTubers. And so I'm going to see if I can do the reviews live. I'm going to try to use the products before and during the time, and depending on the Wi-Fi and the data on the town I'm in, and also, of course, when you get a bunch of YouTubers together, good luck getting any data, that I'm going to see if I can do these live with you. So I'll show you what they are, my reasoning for why I chose them. Okay, so traveling, road trip. Hey there, J-Dog. What's on everyone's mind is at the other end of their body, sitting in that seat for so many hours. So I'm going to have 2 days of driving to get where I'm going. So I'm going to try this out. The Honda Odyssey minivan that we have has very good, okay, I'll get to that in a minute, has very good comfortable seats, but I'm going to see if this will make it a little more bearable, because after about 10 hours, it's sore. So this says it's the world's most comfortable seat cushion. Quite a claim they make there. So I'm going to try this out. I'm not sure how much I'll squish into it. Probably a lot. But I'm just worried if I don't squish, if it's too firm and I don't squish too much, it may affect my driving position, which I don't want to become my sleeping position. And so I'm also going to be Do you read Chinese? I'm going to be reviewing these. These are driving sunglasses that have a unit built into the earpiece that it's basically just a level detector. And when your head goes down too many degrees, it starts an alarm in your ear. So in other words, when you're falling asleep, most people, when they fall asleep, their head dips. Your head starts to dip, it wakes you up by giving you an alarm in the ear. I'm hoping I will just try this out pretending and not actually needing it. Also, I'm driving a lot of hours, is the clarity, concentration, and centering aromatherapy. You may remember I recently did an aromatherapy essential oils diffuser video, which is good for home. What about when you're on the go? This is a roll-on, like a deodorant, but I think you're supposed to put it on your neck and the soles of your feet. And this particular combination will keep you awake and concentrating. So, and then when you get to the hotel, of course, staying at the hotels in a bed you're not familiar with and so forth, it can be difficult to go to sleep. So I have the Oil Logic Slumber and Sleep Essential Roll-On Essential Oils. Well, keep awake while driving. This is the one for getting to the hotel and needing to go to sleep. This is also a roll-on that the scent and it absorbing into you will help you go to sleep. And if that's not enough, this is really cool. This is for the baby's room. But when the company, first when they asked me if I would review this one, I don't have little kids anymore. I thought, but that sounds cool. I want to do that one myself. It's a projector that projects on the ceiling waves going across the ceiling. So you can set it for different colors, and you have a whole light show going across the ceiling and down the walls. I have never heard of the table that goes underneath the steering wheel. That sounds like I could get distracted with something. So I'm going to be trying this out, and this was sent to me by the company that makes it. You can actually hook your phone up to it for the audio, and it's a speaker, so it will play slumbery sounds and show you waves going across the ceiling. I'm excited to try that one out. And not drinking too much of this too close to bed. Have I seen any correlation between viewership and Roxanna Jimena stopping? Yes. Oh, yeah. What I think happened is the girls were first, they joined me here, and we sort of got a following going. We started doing regular videos together, and then we moved that over to Rainy Day Dreamers. And I think even though the three of us weren't doing the videos on this channel, we had popular videos that were out there. Crazy Aaron's Thinking Putty, the Wubble Bubble stuff, all of that. So we still had more and more kids come and subscribe. So yes, 126,000 subscribers here, but 80,000 kids maybe? I don't know. It's been years now. Maybe they're older, but I think they lost interest in watching the videos when Roxanna and Jimena weren't in the videos anymore. And so the algorithm YouTube had says, well, this channel is just not popular with its own subscribers anymore. We're going to downgrade it. And so we're not going to promote the videos. Apparently they're not that interesting. But the problem is they're not interesting to that group, but there is a group they're interesting to. And I can't tell YouTube that, no, you can't go in and explain that to them. So it's all based on algorithms that figure that out. Sorry, I've got a weird blue arrow on here. I did something. Okay. So, to a question someone asked earlier about how things are going now, subscribers from being negative, January, February, we're actually losing subscribers. This last month, now we're up about 350 subscribers. So what I think and what I had hoped to do, it's a slow process, is to bring in new subscribers who don't expect to see Roxanna and Jimena. So there's a new group of people who will be more active, who will watch more of the videos, and we can finally get reassigned by YouTube as rather than we don't even appeal to our own subscribers kind of channel to, hey, this is a channel that's up and coming again because the people who are joining are watching more. So that's my hope. The flying toy that got stuck in Jimena's, she still talks about that one too, yes. Thank you. We appreciate subscribers for 5 years. You've been with us from the beginning. Right now, Jimena, she got up recently. Everybody's out in the living room, I think. We're going out to have frozen yogurt today to send me off before I go off on my road trip adventure. And meeting the YouTubers, which is also why I'm reading the book on how to interact well with people at conferences and parties, where to stand, who to talk to, who not to talk to. They've done scientific studies on all of this now, and I have no sense of it. Generally, I will try to stand out of everybody's way, so I'm the wallflower, or if I find somebody I know, I just stay with them. But then how do I meet anybody else? How do I do the networking and get to hand out my business cards and all of that if I'm just talking to the one person that I know? So I'm trying to improve my social skills, basically. You are at work. There's a message from Jeremy that he's currently on top of a 300-foot cell tower, apparently taking a break and watching this video. Or maybe that's where he needs to go to get good signal. I'm not sure. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that, though it makes me nervous just thinking about it. I'm not good for heights. Oh, from South Africa. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking my shirt. Yes, this is my Dazzle shirt, because there were Dazzle ships in World War I that actually a viewer to this channel, 3-4 years ago, told me about. They painted the ships with this kind of design so that when they used these binocular sort of things, they couldn't quite tell how far away the ship was because the patterns confused whatever they used to get the range. And so when they would try to shoot at the ships, they would fall short, or the artillery would go too long because they couldn't figure out how far away the ships were because of this pattern. So you can't tell how far. I'm actually a mile away from this camera right now. World maps, well, I took it down. People were telling me it looked like I was in a newsroom, so it wasn't quite the look I was going for. I have more owls to put up, actually. I just need to get the blow dryer out and get to work, because I'm going to have another owl on the other side of me. Yeah, the guys. My brother and I started this channel. He's the one that's on Indoor Smokers and doing very well. He would do the videos on this channel, and I would do videos on Epic Reviews Home, Epic Reviews Tech, Epic Reviews Health. But then he became a big hit on the e-cig stuff, and so I sort of inherited this channel, and it ended up being just me doing them. You can watch this a replay of this. I don't think I could cover all of it, but we did talk about the Adpocalypse, talked about the products I'm going to review. And yeah, I'm going to an event with a bunch of other YouTubers to discuss what's going on with the advertising and other things, and how to be able to afford to continue to do YouTube. And I'm reading a book to improve my social skills, so I can do that. Okay, I think we're about caught up here. No, the Patreon. YouTube offered to let you put up a thing on your channel homepage where people could donate. Now, I signed up and tried it when they made this available about 3 years ago on EpicReviewGuys. I never mentioned it or promoted it because I'm not comfortable doing that. I don't mind if you have to watch an ad before you see the video, and then the advertiser pays that to YouTube and a percentage of that comes to the channel. I'm okay with that, but going out and saying directly, hey, we need money, I'm not comfortable with that. So I put up the thing, and you could, well, people at the time could donate money, and it ran for like, I don't know, 6 or 9 months or something. They discontinued that now, but it made a total of $14. So I know if I promoted it more, I mean, who's going to see it on the channel page? But nobody really felt inspired. I was hoping one incredibly wealthy person would say, I love your videos. Here's, $100,000, go and buy a ton of stuff, and you're set for reviews for 5 years. But that didn't happen. Am I jealous that my brother has hair? Not usually. No, he's always been the looker of the family. When he was younger, when I was working in Japan as a teacher and he came to visit, everybody thought he looked just like Tom Cruise. So yeah, he was the big popular one. That's how it's always been. Not jealous, just resigned to the fact. Yeah, oh, that's good, Darcy. Yeah, making the YouTube videos for enjoyment. And that is something that the Adpocalypse really doesn't speak to, which is, it's not YouTube telling you can't make videos about something, except in real extreme cases. You're free to talk about whatever you like. But that doesn't mean you're going to have advertisers who want to advertise on your videos. So it's the change in YouTube isn't a censorship thing where they're not letting you make the videos, but it's more advertisers are now more aware, and they've been given the ability to more precisely decide where their ads go, and so that's reflected in what's happening to some of the channels. No, they wouldn't come in for more money, because with our Rainy Day Dreamers was a business with Roxanna Jimena and I. So Jimena bought an iPhone, brand new iPhone, remember. So it's not a money thing. It's not that incentive. It's just teenagers and wanting to do other things. I know some teenagers love to be on YouTube all the time, and Roxanna watches YouTube all the time. But okay. I'm sorry if I skipped your comment. Add me back on Facebook. Yeah, I'm sorry. I almost never go on Facebook. I don't like Facebook, and I know I should because like 1.5 billion people use it. But I'll try to get over there and catch up on the messages. I'm sorry about that. So I'm good. That's good that both my brother and I can make you laugh, Katrina. My brother is busy running his e-cig business. He even has his own branded, is it the juice? I guess it's the juice. He may even have an e-cig with indoor smokers on it now. I don't know, but he's running that whole thing over there, so it keeps him very busy. So he may occasionally put something up, send me something to put up here, but I think he's really full-time doing what he's doing over there. Some people make a living doing YouTube, a lot less of them now. It's more reasonable to expect to make, if you get reasonably, a moderate-sized channel, maybe you can make what you would make doing a part-time job. But in terms of a full-time job where you would have retirement and insurance and all of that, in order to equal that kind of income, you'd have to be one of the top 1,000 YouTubers probably. Yes, teen girls get embarrassed. Yes, that could certainly be part of it. For Jimena especially, it was doing toy reviews when she got to middle school, because her friends knew about the channel and would watch. And if she's doing a toy for 8-year-olds or something, then she has to live that down, I guess. Micro pen fishing rod. I'm going to the desert. I won't find fish, but I would be interested in doing a fishing video, fishing equipment video. Okay. I can do a couple more questions, and I think I'm running kind of long here. I did want to let you know, if you're a regular viewer, that the videos may be kind of weird over the next week, because I would like to try doing the product reviews live when I'm doing these, but it depends on the data and the Wi-Fi situation of where I am. Am I still getting drunk on the vape machine? I used it the one time. I did not use it again after that. I've actually got it packed up to take to my brother when we visit this summer. So he said he's going to try it out. Passions outside of YouTube? Reading and trying to understand all the changes in society now that millennials are increasingly running the show, and things I see in my own kids that are very different from my own childhood and my own way of thinking, trying to wrap my mind around those things and accept the world for how it's different than when it was, with the biases and the things people took for granted when I was younger. So I'm sort of having to unpack a lot to be able to, or open my mind to a lot more things. That's a full-time job, I'll tell you. Okay, make sure. Yes, I know I have a tripod, and it would look better with that. I agree. It's I wish I had somebody who could just record for me, because it's constantly having to move and set it up for the shots and so forth. So weird is good. Thank you. What's in the yellow can? This is yerba mate. This is my favorite drink now. It's an herbal tea that's a lot of people in South America drink. Some other places as well. They grow it there. And it has something similar to caffeine called matine that gives you the same sort of energy, but doesn't have the negative effect for me, which is getting heart palpitations and stuff. If I have too much caffeine, that's always unpleasant. Okay, I'm sorry if I missed some of your comments there. Five Below. I have done a video of things from there once, but yeah, that's a good suggestion. Thank you. Cell phone accessories, camera lenses you can add to them. I've thought of doing those little clip-on ones. Yeah, good suggestions. Thank you. Okay. Oh, the Goyaki brand. Yeah, I think it's a US brand. I keep suggesting they might want to come and sponsor the videos here, which is one avenue for having a steadier income, is if a company knows you're going to get so many views. I have done the Instax Mini 8. You know, have the can sort of sitting casually in the back behind me, or, you know, once a week to be drinking one and mention it. That way you can have a steadier income to your channel, not relying on the whims of YouTube and the ads. I'm sure that's something we will be discussing. No beer for right now, thank you. The spray chalk, rinse off the car windows. Yes, came off the car windows, no problem. I was worried after what I saw what happened in the driveway. Let's see, where else? It's pretty much come off the grass. It still is out there in the driveway. The ERG that I wrote, it's still there. And my handprint, I didn't wash that off till a few days later. It's still there and still blue. I'm thinking when we sell the house, that stuff's still going to be there. So, excuse me. On a lot of surfaces, it doesn't fade away fast, which if that's what you want, that's great. But if you don't want to have it there for a long time, I want to consider that. That's water hose, the metal hose. I use that every day now because I don't have to worry about it. With the other hoses, the pocket hose and the X hose, those rubber expandable hoses, I'm always paranoid when I pull it across the driveway or pull it around over by the rose bushes so that something's going to poke it and pop it. Metal hose, you drive over it, it seems like. It doesn't matter. So I'm pleased with it. It doesn't coil itself back up, but because it's a flexible metal thing, it's very easy to just pull it and coil it as you go, and it takes 20 seconds and you got it nicely coiled up for the next time you want to use it. Rain removes the chalk better, you know, acid rain probably especially. I haven't found that it's gotten hot. No, because it's shiny metal on the outside, so it hasn't been an issue, but it hasn't gotten really, really hot here yet. Okay, I'm gonna go because I've run over 40 minutes here, and if the videos over the next week are a little too vloggy for you, well, they'll be back to the regular format once I get back here. If you like those more casual on-the-go type videos, let me know that too, so you'll have a chance to see them next week. I'm going away now. I'm not going away longer than that. Yes, some more good suggestions from Crazy Jack. Thank you. All right, so that's what's going on. You'll see me here and there on my way out to this event, and maybe there trying these things out, maybe showing you some other things that I find of interest along the way. So hope all of you have a good week, and I'll be back soon.